guys. 4 minutes ago was the all in. I'm running behind a little bit. So it's a Saturday open, 15th of January, at Acorn fishery. Not fed anything yet, I've been messing about with my nets, so obviously for those who have been watching my channel, I'm on my new box today. I've forgot a couple of bits and bobs that I needed, which has slowed me down, but I've managed to get by. Plumbed up quite a few rigs for different spots. Really do feel like silvers might be an option today, but whilst I was out plumbing and one spot did spook a fish, so, and he was shallow, so I'm just going to go over that with my dobbing rig and just see if I can have him. No feed gone in, just a bit of bread now. Just took a shot off this rig because it was set really low so that it can suspend my bread off the bottom. Put one piece of 8mm bread on so that I don't sink my float with 2 pieces. I did bump a fish on this line, so this rig should be maybe 5 or 6 inches off the bottom on this line. It's a little bit. This rig's actually set to fish tight, whereas actually I'm probably a metre off the bank, maybe a little bit more than a metre off the bank on this line. I thought I'd give it a try because I bumped a fish there. Maybe there's a couple of fish there. Maybe it was the only one. So it's not looking like anything's going to happen in the first few minutes. Going to move some a bit tighter over now, getting up against the far bank. Where this rig was actually designed to be fished, it's probably closer to the bottom there. Well, it will be close to the bottom there, plumbed it up. Generally I start shallow and work my way down, but I've got one eye on the silvers today. So I want to quickly establish if there's any carp over there. I have a full depth rig. Little indication there, probably a roach. Spooked a fish there that was very shallow. The float's gone straight under again there. I missed it again, so maybe we're straight onto the shallow again. Then again, hook something. Probably. Very good chance it's foul up, Martin. Just slightly off the bottom. Say again, pal? It's the only way to catch him, foul look him now. Yeah, he's foul up the way he's fighting, unless he's massive. I think he's massive, he's too fast. He's definitely, certainly fighting like he's fouled up. He's right over the far bank. Or he's just come right over the far bank in with the top getting end. I'm not going to pull him too hard because if he's foul up, it still counts. He's very erratic. If he's foul up, then I'll shallow up. If he's not foul up, then we'll carry on. You foul up one, Martin. Yeah, I reckon mine is. Can't get its head up, or get it up, which obviously not pulling its head. It's got that wiggle to it. It's wiggling like I cooked it in a fin. Oh no, mine might be in the pile. It's close to its mouth. If it's not in its mouth, it's close. I've got a little look then. Sorry if I'm shouting, guys. I'm got Martin Ray on the peg next to me, and he's just wondering whether I'm going to foul hook him again all day, taking the mickey out of me. But he's also hooked one there. Is he in the pile? Yes, in the pile, Martin. 100% record so far. I'm gonna get myself full. I thought he was foul up because when I struck into him, the float came up about just out of the water before the elastic came out, but he must have just tipped up. It might be a lump. So, puts the cat amongst the pigeons because you think about fishing silvers and then you catch a carp. If you're on them, you're on them. Let's see. I'll take that for a start, Martin. Weren't expecting to hook one that quick. Oh my god. That could be foul hooked. Unless he took it on the drop. Told you I bumped one over there, didn't I? Might be more than one of them. I'm surprised how hard that one fought, considering it was in the pile this time of year. Swimming back towards me. Is it a good one? You'll probably get him out now. He's been on long enough. Shouldn't pull out of him now unless you haven't. No. I'll turn the cameras round to you, Martin, and can watch you. This one's pulling quite hard. Yeah, I lost him. He must have been foul hooked. Must be rigid with him down there. Yeah, I think that was definitely foul hooked, that one. I couldn't get any elastic back on him. So I don't know if I've stayed this depth or go shallow now. I looked one. I've had one in the mouth, both at the same depth. Sticking with it for another putt. We can go from there. They've definitely got some energy today, considering how cold it's been. Just coming off the back of 2 days of really, really harsh frosts. It's cold this morning, but it's not quite as harsh as it has been. It's set to be nice and still like it is now all day, sort of getting up to 5 or 6 degrees, so it'll be nice, comfortable fishing conditions. But whether it'll have an effect on the fish or not, I don't know. The rig's moving around like there's fish in the area. Well done, Martin.
That's the way to do it.
It's that treble you've got on. Gotta be foul up, don't I? In the mouth. Thought he was foul up, he was fighting that hard. Steady on, big lad. Right, it's time for a 2-hour update. Not had a fishing, so you saw me land that one from down my left hand edge. I'm just back down my left hand edge now. I've rested it, put a little bit in. A little indication on it, but nothing that I could strike at. I've got like 3 other lines with tiny bits of feed on now, and I'm just giving each line 5 minutes. Coming off it, dropping like a tiniest amount of bait on it. And then, like in this instance down here on this margin, it'll be like maybe 4 pellets. And if I don't get a bite off this in the next 4 or 5 minutes, it'll be 4 pellets, and then I'll move on to the next line. Which, you know, the next line's been fed with a little bit of ground bait, so then it'll be a little nugget of ground. You know, if I don't get a bite of it, then a little nugget of ground bait, and then I've got one that's got pellets on and micro pellets on. So I've kind of got baits, different baits spread around in different likely spots, and just trying to work out what's what. That's all I can do really. I can't, you know, I might pick the dobbin rig up and I'll go back over dobbin. The sun's been out, the sun's quite bright, the wind's picked up a tiny amount. The sun's come out, it's quite bright and warm, so maybe they'll come up shallow on the far bank and be able to dob them. I'll probably do another rotation around all my lines first, and if that doesn't produce anything, then I'll have a little look at the dobbin as well. That's all I can do. So without much of an update, I'm just going to call it. I'm going to call that the end of the, no, nothing to say, so call that the end of the 2-hour update. Catch you in a bit. Right guys, it is 1:30, so we've just gone past 3 hours. Since I last spoke to you, I've had 2 skimmers. Down this left-hand edge again. It seems like I'm always down this left-hand edge, but I'm just about to come off it. I'm not always down there, just because I've caught a couple of fish and I've got a bit of confidence on it, but it's just not happened since. Just fed a new line over to the far bank, with the same rig as the skimmer line. It's down the middle, so I've got the skimmer line down the middle, which I'm about to go on now. The same rig, the same depth, 13 metres over. And so I've fed some maggots and a little bit of ground bait over there. I'm just letting that settle on. I'll have a little look down the middle on this skimmer line before I decide to go over there. So I'll have another little look on this skimmer line. Bite's been very delicate. Had 2 skimmers off it. So it's set right down to a pimple. I've got a shot quite close to the hook. Sorry if you can hear phone conversation next to me. I don't know if the mic's picking that up or not, but sorry about that. Yeah, got a shot right near the hook. On the hook length, just to try and give me a bit of better indication, bite indication. I've got a 1mm bristle dotted down to an absolute pimple, and a couple of little knocks on that, and they've been fish on, so definitely being very delicate today. And caught the 2 skimmers on a little micro pellet with a tiny expander on it. I'll just top it up each time I have one with a little tiny pinch of bait and just come away from it, because it seems like you can't catch 2 fish, and I've tried a couple of times now. Maybe later on in the day there's a few more fish there. Might happen. But don't think it's going to happen for a while. So I'm just going to give this another sort of 10 or 15 minutes, or 5 minutes probably really, and then I'll go over on that other line I've just fed. Those of you that watch my channel regularly probably were expecting the plantation video next. I did go to plantation Thursday, which is Saturday today, so it's two or 3 days, 3 days ago. And I drew Peg2, which was right next to Peg I drew last time, so I was on Peg8 last time. And I fished them. If you remember watching the Peg7 one where I caught early and then couldn't catch, I caught early again on Peg8. But I managed to keep catching slowly throughout the rest of the day as well. And I weighed 19 pound that day, and I managed to sneak into the back of the frame for third. I was only 3 pound behind the first place, so with a few different decisions I might have been able to win that match. I didn't film it because I had the dog with me. The cameras were a little bit in disarray after filming at Cadbury Angling. I hadn't got them all sorted properly, and I weren't sure if I was going to have to break ice and stuff because it was really cold. So I thought maybe I've just got one too many things going on plus my fishing to be able to concentrate properly on what I was doing. So I decided not to set the cameras with me, which is a shame because it's not the best I've done up there recently. I feel like the effort that I've put in trying to make that pellet approach work has paid off for me, sadly. I didn't video it, but maybe I'll do a little video talking through it, like a little catch up. I've done some videos on how I've been fishing it, so nothing's changed really. So it's not looking like this float's going to go under again. I had a little indication there, that's something in the swim. I feel like there might be something in the swim because the float's just going under now. It wasn't before. So this, instead of being a pimple, it's just disappearing every now and again. Now it's holding up. Yeah, there's some fish about down there, I think. So I'm going to stay on this line for another couple of minutes, see if we can get a bite. There's definitely some fish down there. That is not settling properly at all, that float. It's taking ages and ages to get that last shot in, and then when it does come in, it's just burying the float, which ain't right. So I think there's something down there. The float's so sensitive that if there's anything in the swim at all, you'll get little indications from them. Settle down a bit better now by the looks of it, sort of back to how it should be. Right guys, it is 5 minutes to 3, so I've got 20 minutes left because we're fishing till 1:15. Probably had a couple of skimmers and a tench since I last spoke, not a tench, a perch since I last spoke to you. Caught them on my maggot line over. I've tried to replicate the maggot line over in other areas of the swim, but I can't seem to make it work. So I've just let them areas settle. See if I can get a last burst of skimmers at the end, and I thought I'll just have 5 or 10 minutes down this margin, you know, expander over expander, and just see if we can nick a carp. I'm just going to give it until 3 o'clock exactly. I'm going to get 5 minutes, and then I'll be on the other lines until the end, just trying to see if I can perhaps sneak into the silvers frame or something. A lot of people have done that though, so probably going to end up coming nowhere. I've got 14 pound of carp and 4 or 5 skimmers and a perch. So there's probably not been a lot of footage on this, not a lot of good footage, but there's not been a lot caught. Like I say, I've had 3 carp, 4 skimmers, perch, what's that, 8 fish. It's very hard to get the cameras on when you're catching the 8 fish. So I don't think I've managed to get a skimmer on camera yet. It's not been like last time I was on Peg 5 and there was lots of indications and fish all over the place. It's been a day of very few indications. I booked a couple of fish when I was plumbing up, and I thought, oh, there's a few fish about. And then I've had one over dobbing pretty quickly. Then I've not been able to get another one. I foul hooked one, lost him. I think you saw that footage. And then I've gone down my left hand margin where I am now and had one, which is the best fish of the day. Quickly followed by another which you saw. And I've not had another fish from down here or bite or indication either. And that was the last time really I've had any indication that I thought was a carp. Sometimes you know there's carp in the area in Acorn, because you'll be fishing for silvers or whatever you're fishing for, and you'll get indications from carp and bites you can't hit, and you'll see the fish up in the water and they're about, and they've just not been about. It's not been about this on these pegs today, on this peg today. Martin next to me on peg 1 had a similar sort of match to me really, where he's had sort of 2 or 3 carp at the start of the match, and then he's not seen a carp either. He's been down the middle of catching silvers. He's probably, well, in fact, he's definitely just gone ahead of me now in the last sort of half an hour. He's had a good little run of skimmers from a few lines that he's been fishing.